welcome to the Just Zander podcast. This is your host, Zander Gray, and this is episode 43. And right next to me, I have...
Hi.
Oh, no, my teeth. Okay.
Hold on, let me... Super professional.
Wait, where you going? What are you trying to do?
Get tea.
Oh, for me.
For...
You know what? We're just going to leave it in here.
You don't actually...
Just like little to...
There's like a little bit in there.
Damn it. He's fine.
Totally okay.
So, we're here...
We out here.
We're here in my room.
Shit.
And just... Really just trying to figure it out, you know?
Yep.
Just trying to figure it out. Let me check the lines real quick.
This time we're not full on coffee ribs.
No, we have. Well, I haven't eaten yet. Have you?
So my fiance made sourdough. She's been working on it for, I don't know, a week and a half. It's just it's been brewing, and then she made these sourdough buns, but they taste exactly like pretzels.
Oh, it's amazing.
So it's like...
Also, is it weird to say fiance?
Still, yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause, like, up until I met this person, I've never wanted to marry a single person in my life. I'm like, oh, yeah, marriage is cool.
Yeah, we had this talk, and I was like... And it wasn't even that long ago, because you were like, "Oh, I'm just gonna do my own thing, and I'm just gonna like, you know."
It was that stereotypical, like, when you know, and that when you're not looking, it'll catch you when you're not looking for it. Yeah,
and then it did.
It did, and the fucking thing is, it kind of reminded me of the first time the Amazon algorithm got me to purchase something, and I was like, I felt influenced, right? You know, I was like, oh man,
disgusting.
They got me. The algorithm got me, and then here I am. They got a fiance in a mortgage.
So you already proposed then?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to talk about it or a little bit?
So I proposed to her at her off-grid property. It's like her happy place, and then she proposed to me afterwards because apparently the one time wasn't enough. So then she proposed to me with a burrito.
Oh.
And then I proposed to her again with a...
Is that a ring in a burrito?
No.
Oh.
It did, I did get out of...
Getting a ring?
No, I was going to say federal jail because of the burrito.
Oh.
But, yeah. I'm not going to talk about it.
Okay, that's fair. We can save that for another time, I guess.
Yeah, it had to... And, like, I had to actually shove contraband in the burrito, and... It had to deal with a metal detector.
Jesus.
So I had to take the contraband and shove it in the burrito because the burrito had a foil wrap around it. So if they waved the burrito, they couldn't see, you know what I mean? So
also, should I cut this part out?
No, because I'm not. I didn't. It's not the where that happened.
Okay, gotcha.
But anyway, the burrito literally saved my life.
I was like, and you just kind of admit to. Yeah.
I mean, it's legal. It's just where I was. It wasn't legal.
Oh, okay. You know what?
Anyway.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, so
then I gave her a ring pop, the candy ring. Super classy.
Didn't we talk about? I was like, was it you or me? We mentioned that you're gonna get her like a butt plug.
Originally, what I was gonna do. So I was gonna get like a diamond encrusted butt plug and then propose in the new in our living room once we got the keys to the house.
Oh, it would have been perfect.
Like, yeah. Fuck traditions.
Yeah.
It's fucking overrated.
So, well, we kind of came in in this. I was trying to plan it out, and my room is kind of small, so we kind of decided to do it this way. And Eric was like, "What do you want to talk about?" And I was like, "So I've been watching a lot of anime and stuff. We're not going to talk about anime. Don't worry. That's not what we're going to talk about. What I was going to talk about was I think I've mentioned this before, not with you, but at least on the podcast. Like it's almost like I'd rather be in my head a lot and like be in fantasy land than actual living in reality. And I think a lot of people are like that anyway. But then there's got to be like a balance, right? There's got to be like a this is all nice and all. It's almost like drugs too. Which is this is nice and all because I don't want to be in reality, but if you're a sane, productive person, you have to kind of balance that out. And the reason why I mention anime is because I prefer the type of anime I like is I kind of prefer like, I mean, they're all fantasy if you think about it anyway, but I like the fantastical journeys, and a lot of it's like a hero's journey anyway. And it's about them finding themselves and then also being in love.
Yeah.
But then the love is so, it's fake love though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like they, whatever they go through, they're going to go through it together, and there's no like weird arguments or weird, like, you know what I mean? It's like it's perfect, but it's not. Right?
It's like
it's a fantasy, you know?
Well, it's like the problem is like very cut and dry, black and white.
Right.
And
nothing's like that.
That usually doesn't translate very well, which is one of the reasons why anime I feel is so popular. I would like to watch more anime. The only problem is, and I love the anime, I love the art style, I love the creative story process. However, I feel like most animes follow a formula.
Yeah, it's like a trope, right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm not going to say if you watch one anime, you've seen them all. Like that's grossly inaccurate. But I find that like I can almost predict what I'm going to see. So like I have to get very picky with anime. And the one we were just watching was the first episode of Chainsaw Man. And when I remember seeing the posters for it, I was this is the most absurd thing I've ever seen.
So bloody and so like and I told you the gist of it, right? I didn't read the manga or anything, but I saw like the first 4 episodes, and I kind of told you the story, and I was like, you know what? While I'm getting ready, while I'm setting shit up,
while you're setting
up, watch the first episode.
I did, yeah,
and then you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck did I just watch?
And then I was like, and then his whole goal right now, is he just want to touch some tits. And then you start laughing. I was like, yeah, that's he's like
they're relatable.
100%. And I was like, I want to be in fantasy all the time. So like to kind of like piggyback on all that shit is like I prefer. You know, like I try to be as productive as possible during the day, as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I've been kind of better at kind of letting certain things go, because like sometimes when I feel like I don't get enough things done, I feel so worthless. I feel so like, oh, I'm a piece of shit today.
Yeah.
You know? And lately I've been kind of better at just kind of like, okay, I'm fucking exhausted. So I'm just gonna lay down. I'm just gonna watch some TV. I'm just gonna lay down. Just gonna like listen to music and just kind of do nothing.
I played
for like a little bit, you know.
I played video games for the first time this weekend in like 5 to 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It felt so good though.
I mean, obviously there's a balance of that. Like if you do too much of it, then you're like, okay, I just literally just spent 6 hours like playing a game, you know. But
did you enjoy it?
I mean, for 6 hours though, that's a long time.
But the thing is though, we're talking about stuff that like you want to live in. If you're trying to escape, or if you're trying to like, how often are you playing the game? And what's your balance?
That's the balance, right? If you don't play it, I'm just saying like if you do it 6 hours a day every day, that's what I meant. And it's not your job.
That's why I'm not good at Call of Duty.
Oh, I suck at Call of Duty.
Like I would love to be able to play these multiplayer. Like I see you when you're doom scrolling. Speaking of getting out of reality, you're doom scrolling YouTube and watching shorts and reels and all that stuff.
It gets you, man.
And you're like, man, I really wish I was really good at video games. Like, but at the same time, you have to dedicate all your free time, all your spare time. You have to give a shit. You know what I mean?
And you have to be really fucking good.
Yeah, I do not like who I am when I play online multiplayer. I don't like who I am. I don't like the things that come out of my mouth.
I don't like who I am, and you're like, I'm super racist.
No. I mean, I don't drop. I
know you don't. I know you don't. I was just joking.
At the same time, I'm like, okay, it was Halo Infinite. I dropped my fucking teabag tag inside here, and I'm
the tea's ruined now.
Yeah, I was playing a Halo Infinite. Mm-hmm. It was very fitting that it was Halo because Halo is like predates Call of Duty and the toxic.
I fucking love Halo.
The toxic environment that brought.
When we had like 4 tube TVs set up. I mean, we're really talking about how old we are now.
I feel like I feel like the only way I will ever get back into multiplayer is if it's a LAN party.
Oh man, that'd be fun.
We should do a LAN party.
We should. I mean, you have a house now.
I do have a house.
We can just set up like 6 different monitors or something, and just
I've got enough TVs. So, but yeah, no, I don't care if that kid was fucking, his parents just died. I'm fucking, you motherfucker.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
It was just, oh man. And there was one time I specifically was stressed out because my KD ratio was garbage. And I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. I kind of just hung it up and retired. I was like, I'm fucking done playing
for like a long time
multiplayers. So now I'm just, if it doesn't have a good story campaign,
more like adventure.
Or a game that I can just pick up and put down, then I'm not interested.
Yeah. So have you played like Legend of Zelda or something like that?
No, actually, I've never really gotten into the Zelda franchise.
Well, if you're gonna get Nintendo Switch,
I do want to get a Nintendo Switch.
So that would be the perfect time. Anyway, we're diverting here.
Yeah.
But So how often, right? Like, again, you're almost like the most productive, most busiest dude that I know, and I'm just trying to keep up. You know what I mean, for myself. But like, how do you now, right? Like with like having a fiance and like having a house or whatever. Do you feel like you can kind of balance it out better, or is it worse now?
I thought it was going to be worse, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be like, okay, now I've got all these projects, but now I have a house and house duties and the list, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's always the list, and it's like the list of things that you want to get done.
But how great does it feel, though?
100%. I am loving home ownership. I'm loving it. I'm like, I don't care if it's a leaky faucet. I don't care if something has to get recalked. I don't care if it's just like, everything is a learning experience, and it's like everything is a puzzle that needs to get figured out.
And how long have you been like, okay, you've had roommates, but how long have you been like really alone? Like, and then we'll switch back to where I'm at. Like, you know what I mean?
I would say that regardless of this is gonna sound like depressing, but like I feel no matter how surrounded I am and whoever I'm with, I still feel kind of there's always a portion of me that feels alone.
I mean, I wrote this down. Like, so I've been very like I just feel like I'm an anxious person all the time now. And like, if I don't write in my journal, if I don't write in like my thoughts down, like I will get bombarded by just complete anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I don't take anything. I just try to do it. I don't think it's bad enough to take anything. Like, you know what I mean? And I think I know I can handle it. So I just kind of write things down. And like recently I kind of wrote down like, I have friends, right? Mm-hmm. And I've recently kind of connected with my mom again. Like I have that. I have like people like you and Jackie and like Skyly and every people in my life. But I still feel alone-ish. I still feel lonely and alone as shit. Like a lot at the times.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? And like, and maybe it's different for you now-ish, but I remember before I met your fiance, right? I remember we were on the phone and you just kind of like told me like, hey, like I want to fucking marry this person. I'm ready. Like I never thought I would would be ready, and we're buying a house, blah blah blah. I know it's gonna be hard, and I kind of like I wasn't trying to give you advice. It was more like from just experience. I was just said like I took that shit for granted, but it's like when I was going through it, when I had it, it is by far the best thing ever. Like, you know, and it's like it's weird to explain because like
it feels like you win it's like you win a personal goal every day. When it comes to either your projects or how you handle a time management situation or deadlines or something, you know, it doesn't matter. It's like to me, it's like I've given the house power. That it's like the house that it doesn't lie. You know, the work you put in, it's like an immediate gratification.
Well,
you know what
I don't think that's what I meant. I meant as in like not the house per se.
Right.
It's more like your life now because.
Well, I mean, like I was tying into that.
Okay,
where it's like where you how your life is going is, you know, like how often are you like this is how I'm processing it is because like I'll put in a full day at work, mumble, grumble, come home, get like 3 or 4 projects done, and then I'm like, okay, I still have my personal things that I need to get done.
Yeah.
So it's like instead of your brain fixating on something that usually would, if you know, your however long it takes you, because you have all these other projects and all these other things that need to get done, it's like you almost just don't focus on them the same. You just it's like it's easier to get done. And I. Like how your life's going, like how to. That's I guess I don't know. Maybe I'm rambling, but it's like
no. I get what you're saying. What I think and I think we'll start verting together here, merging. I was saying that when I had all that, I was so comfortable. I was very comfortable, and I was like, oh, the only thing I really have to worry about is like figuring my own shit, right? My career or whatever, because that's the only thing that I was like concerned about at the time. And I was like, you know, I was married, like my dogs and the house, I'm good, good. And I neglected that whole thing. I was like, I got too comfortable, and like I was just comfortable not doing shit, just being in the house and not like traveling or like going on dates or like put more time in working on the house. Like I was just like, that's all good. I'm just gonna figure my career shit out. And then I'll be good. And I was just constantly like searching, seeking. And then it all came to a halt, right? And I was like, and then now, I mean, it's odd because like we talked before, but we're much closer now. And that I've heard this a lot from people that are closer to me now. They're like, dude, you're like not the same person as you were before. And there's a slight fear in that too, because I don't want to be comfortable, even though I miss it so fucking much. And I'm afraid of being comfortable because I'm afraid of reliving that again.
Right.
Like you know what I mean?
There's like an underlying trauma of that.
Yeah, and it's just like
with that comfort.
It's like the comfort is not, don't get me wrong, it's great. It's great. It feels good. It feels like and like this, it's not like content but it is though. Like for me, content means like everything is how it needs to be. I'm content. I'm like at peace. But when you're at peace so long in that situation, that comfortability, I keep saying this all the time, I needed that chaos to kind of like wake me up.
It's a problem to solve.
And
if you're in like a perpetual state of contentness, then it's hard to progress. It's hard to see things because you can get into a loop. You know, you can find yourself into a loop where you know, you've built this place where now you can ease, you have a place to go, but you know, it's like you still need to have things to, you know, that's what you're saying, like the chaos or
I think chaos is too aggressive of a word, but it is though, right?
It can mean anything. It can mean a problem. It can mean
turbulence. Like it's just literal momentary turbulence that might jolt you a little bit.
It sets the content aside.
But you're still moving.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're still heading towards a destination, and like you might veer a little bit, and now he's just trying to figure out like what it means to be me again, to live again, you know, and like now I'm like, it's almost like now I'm in your past situation, like I'm seeing somebody and like, but I'm generally alone all the time,
right?
And trying to figuring myself out, and I felt like you were doing that before, like, you know what I mean?
It's an interesting place to be in, and you're in a very unique situation to be able to be alone right now, because you know it's nice when people give you advice, but at the same time, you need to go through it. You need to band together, and you need to, you know, figure that out. And when you're alone, you learn so much about yourself when you're able to stop, reflect, you know, be in your thoughts, take your inventory, you know.
And
really,
you have to.
Because if you don't, then you wallow in that. You know, then it's easy that, like, if you don't do that, then it's easier to get in your head. It's easier to get in your head and form another loop. And if you're not tying off loose ends, you know, that old parts of you that weren't working before, then that would, like we were talking about, when you go in your head and escape for a bit, you know, you could put yourself in a loop. You know, those escapes can almost be like a coping mechanism.
Or like a running away from.
You know, like whatever it is that you're procrastinating, or whatever it is that you're putting aside, you know.
100%.
That escape is nice, because like now you are in an area that you can control. You can control everything in your brain.
Yeah.
You know, with escaping. You know?
I heard this quote, and it's actually not from a good person, but I don't. I'm not. Hey,
you can get lessons from anything and everyone.
I don't want to mention his name, but he was saying like, you are in complete control of your life, but also you can fuck up your life too.
Oh, for sure.
Like, you know what I mean? Only you can do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, God damn it.
Yeah, no, because it's
sense.
True. It's true.
So true.
Yeah.
And I've known you then, and I know you now, and it's like you've always been the most you. Even if you don't believe me or whatever, like because I don't see you all the time, but at any time I'm around you, that's Eric. It's not like, oh, you're trying to be somebody else, or you're being this person. No, it's Eric, right? And I've kind of had established myself that way too. But I spoke in my last podcast that somebody mentioned about listening to an older one, and like, I got kind of perspective from it, and I kind of, okay, let me just listen back. And I was like, I don't recognize this person that I'm listening to.
Right.
And I'm just like, and I'm saying like a third person here, he was super confident, like super sure of himself, and like had goals, was happy, was like, and I was like, fuck this dude. You know what I mean? And that's me. And that was me. And like now I'm trying to just kind of like get to know myself, right? To really, really get to know myself, like really know my bullshit, my hangups, my insecurities, everything that I have issues with and trauma.
Yeah.
Like nobody, we can talk it out. I can talk to people. I can talk to a therapist, of course. Like, but if I don't assess it, if I don't like really, really like talk about it in my head or figure it out, then like you said, that cycle is just gonna keep moving and moving. And I'll mention something a little bit personal here, and then you can stop me. You were seeing certain type of women, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And then you literally, and then your sister said this to you. Your sister was like, yeah, this is your pattern.
Yeah.
And then you literally had to break that pattern.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ. And like, that's the work that you have to do.
Yeah.
And it's not fucking easy, man.
It's not, because you find when these patterns happen, like, and especially when other people mention it, and listen to your friends. If your friends, first off, it's never easy to talk to your friends about things that are not to their best benefit. Like, be it, substance abuse, be it particular behavior that they exude. It's hard. As a friend, it's hard to talk about those things because it's difficult. It affects you, whatever. But when it comes to your choice in women, if you have a unhealthy relationship with your family, if you have an healthy relationship with yourself, of course you're gonna find things that you find acceptance and care in the weirdest places.
Yeah.
And you will go to great lengths to feel safe. And you will negate a lot of your own needs to feel safe, which is a very weird thing to say from an outside perspective. You know what I mean? Like, in hindsight, they're like, why would I do that? But in the moment, you don't quite see it. So it takes a lot for you to be like, hold up. It's not bullshit. It's me. I am the one that is exuding this behavior, and I'm the one, like, I can have toxic partners, but at the end of the day, I didn't set boundaries that allowed a healthy boundary. You know what I mean? Like, I was allowing just whatever, anything. Like, I'll take, you know what I mean? Like, but not on a drug standpoint, but metaphorically, it was just like, it's somebody showing me a fat one.
Yeah. Ooh, like,
yeah.
Like,
if you can,
I like you, and you're like, you know what? I like you too.
I like
Let's
you
hang
too.
out. Let's
I've
hang
never
out.
met you before.
Yeah,
It's whatever. Let's go.
Let me just do everything for you.
Yeah,
and then you're like, oh, I'm in the same fucking relationship.
Yeah, and you're like, what the fuck am? Yeah, and so you have to. It's so crazy annoying. What happens when you don't blame. Like, if you just understand where they're coming from, be like, you know what? Yeah, that was unhealthy. That was gross. I didn't like that. I don't want to continue that kind. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then you find better, and you do. If you can.
Yeah. So when I was like going through it, right, in the fucking middle, I mean, I'm still going through it technically, but I'm still in the middle of it, and friends kept saying, like, you'll find like the right one when you're ready. You'll like, the right one will appear, and like, there's plenty of fishes in the sea, blah 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 blah. And then at the moment you're like, no, I'm a piece of shit. I'm a fucking loser. Nobody's gonna want this, for one, and also if they do, why? Like,
and not only that, but like, when you get in that loop where it's like, what woman is gonna, like, as long as you're actively figuring out answers to those questions and not just perpetually making that nobody wants me as part of your personality, then you're right. No. Nobody's gonna want you.
Yeah.
Everyone.
That's not it. It's
then you're like a cringy anime kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know me well enough. Like, a lot of those thoughts and a lot of those fucking narratives or whatever. It's like, it's just in my head, right? It's me. I don't exude that.
No.
Like, I just, if anything, to my close friends or whatever, you'll know that of me. But I'm pretty, like, in a public standpoint, I'm very uplifting, and I know this about myself. It's not bragging. I just know this about myself. I'm uplifting.
Mr. Hype Beast.
I can hold a conversation. I'm very good at, like, getting to know what you want and just kind of like inspiring you to do what you want to do, and like, and I'm decently charming in public, but inside, when I'm just kind of in my own thoughts by myself, I don't think of myself that way at all, which is, I think that's why most people don't really.
Do you think that's maybe
check up on me or anything?
Why you also turned to anime? And the reason why I say that is because, like, we were talking about that at the beginning, and you've been watching a lot of anime, and if you notice that a lot of male anime character,
it's all heroes
protagonists, usually have very similar story arcs.
Maybe, I don't know. Like I'm definitely am attracted to certain type of, like,
waifus.
Opa. No. Or like they're starting out as, like, I don't want to say a loser, but they're kind of, right? Kind of like a loser, and then they become somebody.
Low self-esteem, like, doesn't. What, I mean, not saying, you know what I mean.
But I was like that when I was younger. I know that of myself, right? Because, like, in school, I wasn't like the popular kid. I wasn't like the cute kid. I was just like I was just there. I was just existing.
Bro, I was the cringy kid with black clothes who hung out in fucking broadcasting. I was just video editing.
And then, like, And
I do art.
yeah. I like things.
I like stuff.
Loser. But I've always been like the funny kid because I
Yeah.
think that's a lot of it's like a defense mechanism too. It's just
Well, comedy is a great coping mechanism.
it's like, oh, you're gonna make fun of me? No, I'm gonna make fun of me.
I'm gonna make fun of me
Louder and better than
Yeah.
you can, and then I want to be the funny, cool kid.
Yeah,
but,
the only people who are allowed to make fun of me are 12-year-olds on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're pieces of shit.
They
anyway.
tell me that they have already fornicated with my mom.
Oh, a lot too,
A
right?
lot, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do
And
it.
like sometimes it hurts your
just
feelings,
dead.
but it's not true, but it still hurts.
Well, you know how I hit him back, right? Good luck, she's dead.
That's a good one.
Yeah, did you pack? Did you?
And then, so question: would they laugh or would they like, oh fuck?
I'll get a pause, or like, oh damn, and or they'll double down. I almost like it when they double down. Just because then, okay, now you have to get creative. Did you fuck her urn or did you fuck her corpse?
Yeah. And then you have to really dive into it.
Now, okay,
if you're gonna win, if you want to win,
I don't lose.
yeah. And then if you're gonna play for keeps,
I have zero depravity.
Yeah, you're bad.
None.
That which is odd for like how.
Please don't make that the preview reel.
No, it's gonna be for how selfless you are and how caring you are. It's weird, but I can see that side of you too.
Oh yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? I think that's the lovable side, even though as fucked up as that is.
yeah.
But so anyway, to come back to it, it's like the more you kind of like really, and I've been repeating this over and over again just because I'm going through it myself.
Yeah.
Is that the more you know yourself and all your bullshit, it's like it's almost like a superpower too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like people are gonna do what they're gonna do. You just kind of let them, and like if you have a problem, like let's say if I have an issue with you, right, and I kind of like, I kind of assess, and I was like, ah, fuck, it does bother me, and then once I tell you, it's basically I'm letting go of that. So how you react and what you do has nothing to do with me after that. Like, you know what I mean? So even if you react the way that I don't want you to react,
Right.
I have to like accept that and then let go. You
Right.
know?
It's like if you have good intent and understand that your intent will have a reaction, but you are not in control of that reaction unless the reaction you are looking for is when, like, if you are looking for a negative reaction, you'll get it. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Internet is full of that. And a lot of people now, I feel like when it comes to social discourse, is that, you forget that you're talking to a human being in person. You're not on the internet.
Yeah.
With that
you're not
intent,
behind a wall.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you are genuine, like if I'm coming to you with a genuine thing that I'm going to say, my intent is good, I know that my hope is that it will be received well, but I also can't guarantee that. You know what I mean? Especially with hard news to talk about. But once you've said it, it's out there. And if it's not received well, you don't have control over that.
No.
So therefore, I can't take it personal that you didn't, you know what I mean? And then therefore, like, okay, I have like a quick note. Did I convey what I wanted to say the way I did it land? Or if I see it's missed and be like, let me rephrase that. You know what I mean? Like, and you can clear out how what you're trying to say.
It's like, and I've said this before too. It's like, Eric, you change everything about you so my life would be better. Like, you change everything about you, the problem I have with you, so my life would be better. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're going to be how you're going to be, right? Depending on the information that is given.
Right.
And whether or not you care enough or whether or not you're like, oh, fuck, dude, I'm really sorry that I did that. I'll definitely, like, like I'll be aware of it,
Right.
depending on the issue, right? Or you can be like, no, I don't think that I was wrong, so fuck you.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm not saying that's so black and white,
Right.
but I'm saying is
right.
yeah.
Because like there's so many times that I will look for areas where like if I came across sideways or if I came across and my intent does not land, then I will be like I acknowledge that I did not communicate that effectively, and I will work on that next time because I love those situations where I'm in the wrong because
it's a learning experience.
it's like it's like instant gratification and seeing the perspective of another person in real time.
Yeah.
Where you are in the wrong.
Right.
Quote unquote wrong.
Right.
And I am able to be like, oh shit, this is how I approach this. Okay, so my problem solving came from this area, and I can see that it was hasty, or I came to the conclusion I'm tired. I did not make it something. You know, I can see where my improvement can be.
Yeah.
And when it comes to things like, you know, no, I'm not going to apologize when it comes to your convictions, and you're like, you know what, I don't feel like I'm in the wrong here. Like you can double down and be like, yeah, no, okay. I'm willing to discuss this and maybe have an argument about it, but I still want to see the where they're coming from, so that way I know that I'm at least coming. I'm staying true to my convictions for the right reasons.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a balance of like also if it's a really really real issue, you can't argue, you can't have a shouting match because at that point, nobody's going to be right, nobody's going to be wrong.
Right.
But also on the other hand, even if you don't think you're right, however they're feeling, depending on what they tell you, is also valid though.
Right,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I mean? So it's just kind of like, hey, I don't agree with you. However, like how you're feeling, I take it, it's valid.
Yeah.
And I respect that. But I still feel the way I do. But I'm also paying attention to your emotions with it.
Also, keep in mind that this type of in-depth communication checking usually comes from I shouldn't say comes from, applies to very specific. So if you're like in a relationship, this type of attention to detail would be pivotal. If you are in a friendship, like a good friend, if you have a good friend, these things are important. But when it comes to things outside of that, where you're just your person and you're doing your thing, I find that my silence speaks way more because I hate small talk. I hate
100.
the little stuff.
I
hate, you know, and it's the absolute worst in social settings, you know, when you're in a group of people, and that's when you're more of like your charming and your charismatic person comes through. But I feel like
I also hate small talk too, though.
But
I just act really well.
The best part of that is that literally everybody hates small talk.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody who hears this can relate to that, and everybody, you know what I mean? Like, nobody fucking likes to talk about drivel. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's almost like you do like experiment. Like me, for me, I'd be like, yeah, I'm divorced, and then you kind of have to like assess how they're gonna react to that.
Yeah.
And then if they're kind of short, like, okay, you don't want to talk about it, and
Yeah,
that's
no,
fine.
no, yeah,
and then
that's cool.
for you, it's like, yeah, my mom died.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh. And then you're like, okay, moving on.
Yeah, okay, we're not going to talk about that.
And if they're willing to talk about it, then you're like, okay, cool, maybe this could be something.
Right.
You know, and like every once in a while I throw that in. I'm just like, how are you? I'm like, do I want to go? If I really want to check it, I'm just like, I feel like shit, and like I went through a divorce.
Yeah.
And then you wait.
And you just
and then
cricket shirt.
Yeah, and then if they're like, dude, I'm really fucking sorry. Like, what happened? Like, I'm here if you want to talk. I'm like, oh, this person is real. And I know it's a fucked up, like, experiment.
I wouldn't say real. I would say that they are open to talk. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
If you could almost preface.
I mean, you can kind of tell.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell if they're trying to be nice.
Like, I'll just preface, be like, okay, I'll get into it if you want to. Okay, first off, when was the last time you went to the bathroom? Are you hydrated?
Yeah.
Like, these are things because we can either get in depth or I can just glaze over.
Oh, it's when like I call you and then you're looking at the phone. You're like, okay, I know this is gonna be like either a long time, like, do I have the capacity to?
Yeah.
But also, if you like, I'm not gonna answer because I don't have the capacity to, I would understand.
Right.
Like,
and
you know what
usually
I
I'll
mean?
text you.
Yeah, you're like, hey, dude, having a hard time right now. I'm just not in it.
Yeah.
Is everything okay? You're like,
Right.
you throw it out there.
You good?
And I'm like, no, I'm good. Do your thing.
If you're not good, I'll pick up the phone.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah, and that's fuck, and that's like, if you, and I'm like speaking to you, it's like if you have that type of relationship, man, like with people, or it's you keep them around, period, because like we have an understanding, and like, dude, I love you and I care about you, and it's like it, like you, Sky, Leanne, Jackie, I mean, you fucks really like saved my fucking life. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, you need those people. I mean, and we mention a lot of being alone because a lot of the issues, a lot of the hangups, you do have to kind of do it yourself, right? You have to kind of like manage it. You have to assess it and like grow with it. And then if you really, really can't do certain things or need to talk about it, then you throw like a line, right? You throw like a rope out there and like, please somebody just catch it.
Yeah.
Right? And thankfully I do have those people around me. And it's almost like my responsibility to be the best that I can be for myself, be the best version of me. So then when you throw that line over, I can catch it, and I'm not only gonna like help you, I'm gonna do more too. Like, and because like we have that
feedback.
Yeah, and you have that reciprocal like relationship, and it's like, and again, I'm sure you do. You have friends or best friends or whatever that can't do that, and it's like, it's not like any fault of their own. I used to be resentful of it, but it's like they just don't have the capacity to.
Yeah, I have a very short list of people like that when it comes to like hard hitting stuff that I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I very, very sparing with that, because a lot of it, when you talk to yourself and when you escape and when you figure out what you're coping. I mean, you're talking to yourself all the time, and the hardest part is to listen and take it to heart. Like the way you talk to your best friends and how you uplift them, you need to talk to yourself like that.
Yeah.
You know, and when you are able to basically just listen to yourself, you will tell yourself when you're tired. You will tell yourself when you need to stop eating. You will tell yourself, you know, if something is too much, you know, and with the more you listen to that, you can build yourself a routine, and you can usually navigate your situations pretty effortlessly after a while, you know, once you get into the habit of it. And
again, we have to preface this too. Like, we're fucking nobody. We're not experts. It's just through experience, right? And it's like, it's really, really fucking hard to do. And I still struggle with it. Like, and I've been better at like not talking to myself that way.
Yeah.
You know, I've been better at like not giving these bullshit narratives like any attention. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got you. You know,
Yeah.
you like there's one time I was there was nothing bad that was happening. I was actually very grateful for everything that was going right in my life. For having, when you're constantly going through negative all the time, you feel like you're playing catch up, and I had this moment where like everything just for a day was awesome. My grandparents were healthy. My relationship is healthy. You know, my sister is healthy. My friends are, you know what I mean? Like everybody. And I had a kind of a breakdown moment where I was like, you know what? I got you, man. Like I got you. You know,
and that's how you
to
like,
myself.
Right. Well, no, I agree. You have to, when you feel the most low.
Yeah.
And you just kind of like,
I wasn't even low. I was high. Like, I was high as fuck, bro. Like, I was cloud nine crying. I was like, bro, I got you, man. Like, I'm
crying.
Cloud nine crying.
Yeah.
Bars.
Yeah, we need to write that song. And I get it. It's
and
I haven't had this moment recently, and I had it like one time where it wasn't in this place. It was a different place, my previous place. Not my house. Anyway,
Right.
it was. I was just kind of like I like had a decently productive day.
Yeah.
And I was like, just doing things, getting stuff done, and like laundry, everything, just basic shit.
Yeah.
And I was just laying in bed, and I was like, whoa, I was at peace.
Yeah.
I was at peace. I was content for just a moment. And I told myself too, I was like, tomorrow. I know I'm gonna feel shitty. I'm gonna feel shitty, but right now I'm just gonna bask in this moment for a second.
Acknowledge the good moments when they're had, but also try and have appreciative moments like that when things are not going well, because then you appreciate those highs even more. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like when you're in the shit, I try to still maybe that's I don't know, but like when you're in the shit, try and find like one or two things that you appreciate. Like
it's tough.
I gotta set my bullshit aside because it's my bullshit, and there are 8 billion other motherfuckers out there who also have bullshit. So my bullshit sucks.
Yeah,
because it's affecting me,
and it's valid.
Yeah, but I appreciate this.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate this, and I'm gonna appreciate. Hold on, I gotta call a friend because I gotta appreciate him. And then you call your friend and you appreciate him.
Yeah, you appreciate the shit out of
You appreciate the shit of your friend when you are shitty. Like, you could talk in lengths about how fucked your day is. But if you can be like, you know what, bro? Like, I had a fucked day, but I don't want to talk about it. I want to hear, tell me some good news today, bro. I need to hear some good news.
Right.
You know, and that, to me, is like, when you get in the habit of doing that, it's like, it's hard to have horrible days. Because you're constantly, like, even when you're horrible, you're like, there's some good shit going on right now.
You know what's funny is like I used to be a shitty person. No, I mean like,
man, I was a fucking prick.
No, I was just like, I would get so resentful, dude, of just like if my friends don't, because I always constantly check in with my friends, right? I'm that person, and not because like I have to, it's just because I like to.
Yeah,
and then when I don't get it, I become like resentful, and it's like, and I'm just sitting there like
I'm gonna pull the white girl crystals right now, and I'm gonna say that's because you're a Cancer.
Oh yeah, I know. We're both Cancers, by the way.
Because you're a Cancer.
We're both Cancers,
very
by the way.
emotional.
But you're like, you have a better grasp on it. I'm like the most Cancer a Cancer can't be, and it's fucking annoying, but I'm dealing with it anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would just like. They're not checking on me.
Likes me.
Yeah. And then now, like if I feel like lonely or whatever, if I feel like I just do it. I just kind of like, hey, how are you doing? And like, hope you're doing well.
I'll tell you right now,
because I'm in control of it.
Those days though, I have those days still, where like I could have had a day out with literally every single person in my life, and then the next day, if I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, I'm just like, every single person in my life hates me. I'm fake. Nobody actually supports what I'm doing, and they're just saying it, and I'm like, and then I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to right now?
Yeah. And you have to convince yourself.
You have to talk to yourself. Be like, bro, whoa.
Yeah. Appreciate yourself.
Who are you talking to right now?
God, it's crazy,
like, who
dude.
the fuck are you?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I would like, same thing. Like, it's just like, I put music out, nobody listens to it, nobody gives a shit. Why don't they fucking comment it and like share it on their page and share it on their social media? It's just like, shut the fuck up.
There's a video that I saw that it was a reel of Bill Burr, and he was talking about how his parents were watching a movie, you know what I mean, and they saw Al Pacino, and then they see their son, and they're like, "Oh my God, you were in a movie with Al Pacino."
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, that movie was like 8 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, what does that tell you, that you can put out all this stuff and your fucking parents don't know about it until like 8 years later? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's fucking irrelevant. It's like, you just, and that's, I feel like it kind of boils down to that whole, again, not stereotypical, but cliche saying that like, you have to love what you do. Because if you're not loving what you do, it doesn't fucking matter. Your parents could fucking don't even know what, you know what I mean?
Anymore.
Nobody gives a shit, you know, because you're swamped in content constantly. You know, everything is algorithmed. So if you're not just doing what you fucking love to do, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you make $1 million. It doesn't. Sure, it makes it fucking easy, and there's other people who are less deserving who fucking get it. But Susan, no,
Betty
fucking. That's what I'm saying. Is that like if you're doing it because you love it, people will it comes through.
Yeah, and it's absolute internal validation. Like you know what I mean? It's just like you're doing it because you love it. You're doing it because you feel good about it.
Yeah.
And then whatever anybody else is saying, good or bad, it's like it's a superpower. Because like, oh, okay, well, if I only got one like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I fucks with this song that I made.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing too about likes and shit and like what it means is okay. So he might get a like on a song, but before we started, I tried to sing Rialto. Is that what it is? Is that Rialto?
Rialto?
Was it?
Falsetto.
Yeah, falsetto. That's what it was. Rialto. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Rialto.
Anyway.
I was like, is this a song?
Falsetto? Is that what it is? Falsetto.
Yeah.
I can't do it. And this man just does it. And I'm like, I want to learn how to sing. I want to like it's like that little moment where I was just like, I can't fucking hit that note to save my fucking German SS soldiers just be like, sing the song, I shoot you.
You sing the song right now.
You sing the song right now, or you die. And I'm like,
I didn't even think about. I was like, oh, because you're like, okay, I was recording and stuff, and then I had like the reverb plug-in on like the interface, right?
It was like we were singing into
I would just turn it on,
cavern.
and you're like, what the fuck?
I was like,
and I was like, no, try it. I was like. It sounded cool, and then you're like, I didn't even think that. I thought, oh, everybody can falsetto.
Everybody can falsetto. It's fine.
Like,
I mean, if I practiced, I would probably be able to do it. But
but I just kind of like don't do it, and you're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck was that?
Who are you talking to? Right now? Who the fuck are you talking to right now?
Motherfucker's tone deaf. Like I can impersonate just about anything. But you asked me to sing? No. Can't do it.
But that's like one of your goals though, right?
Yeah, I want to voice act.
Yeah. Like and like I mean, we talked about this where I can kind of like show you a few tips and stuff, and the biggest thing is just kind of like have some sort of piano where you can like digitize probably because you don't have to tune it, so you can kind of like really know the notes and the key and then follow it. And then if you can follow a piano, you can kind of sing. You know,
I think that's a good direction. I've never had that direction before because usually if I hear something, I can like my brain just goes, oh yeah, just restrict this, and then it'll do it. It'll make the sound.
Yeah, and from hearing your voice, it's almost like you're like a tenor. Because for me, I have a slightly deeper voice, even though I don't think I do.
Yeah.
And then when I listen to myself, I sound like this. I'm
sound like you've choked a frog.
And I was like, who's this frog guy? And I was like,
who's this frog guy?
Like, who's this frog guy? And then I think if you work on it, you would have a really good range. Because like for me, like I want to sound fucking like the dude from Journey. Like, you know what I mean? And like I want to sound like fucking Freddie Mercury and shit. But no, it's not gonna happen.
I really want to get a Freddie Mercury tattoo. Every time he comes up, I'm like,
I got my Donald Glover tattoo. So
you have a Donald Glover tattoo?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
What?
I had no idea you had a Donald Glover tattoo. He's just gonna
I'm gonna take my pants off right now. Hold on.
Let's go.
Don't look at my dick.
All right.
Look.
I like how you like, don't look at my dick. Look. That's fucking amazing.
You see it?
Hold up. Wait. I just got this tattoo, and it's in Tacos We Trust.
I was looking at it a lot, and I was like, that's such a cool fucking tattoo.
So yeah, hold on. Let me. I don't have to take my pants off.
My fucking pants off. Yeah. Oh, move over. Yeah, there you go.
But, yeah, I gotta.
Don't look at my dick. Look.
Yo, bro, don't look at my dick. Look.
I forgot we had kittens in the back.
Shit.
Anyway, should we? Hold on. Oh yeah, we should probably just end it here. So I guess recap. I know we didn't really talk about escaping. I think we just talked about really getting to know yourself,
how to avoid
you. Yeah,
how to avoid escaping. Because like I know we're gonna wrap it up, but
no, that's fine. Go ahead.
No, because then I'm talking great.
No, go ahead. Fuck it.
Well, no,
dude.
I was gonna say because like escaping for me, like I'm constantly thinking of like so for me. Escaping looks like a Pinterest board. Legit. I'll open up Pinterest. I got fucking. Oh, that's a deal. Okay. So I'll open up Pinterest. And depending on what my brain is escaping on, I go to my Pinterest board and like concept art is number one, kit bashing is number two, like sci-fi guns, like just like really weird, like all this like intricate little nooks and crannies of stuff. I know you can't really probably see it on my phone, but like all that stuff makes my brain tingle.
Yeah. I
And
need
like
to use Pinterest more.
Pinterest, I am the whitest bitch planning a wedding on Pinterest. Like I have boards. It's Pinterest.
Boards?
I have Pinterest boards. I have pins. I have stuff. I get little reminders that saying, "Oh my God, somebody liked your pin." Fucking right on. You have such great taste. And
Yes.
Pinterest
yes.
is super encouraging. They talk to you very sweetly.
Oh God. Okay,
And-
maybe I should be on that
Yeah.
too.
So if you have an idea or like if I have the one challenge I have right now is like I have like cathedral style ceilings in my room where it's you have one path down the middle and then you have down the sides. So to escape, I'll be laying in bed for like an hour thinking about, okay, how do I fucking make that work? How do I got to position the screen here, and like I plan everything out, and like I try to turn my escaping into a productive brain puzzle.
Got you. No, so like I guess like what I could kind of relate to is like I'm obsessed with art.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to draw like portraits and blah 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 blah. Right.
Yeah.
I know that if I put in the work, I can do it.
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience for it.
I really want to learn how to draw like Disney style.
Yeah. Like everything.
Like everything Disney style. Or like I would love to learn like an anime style.
Yeah. I want to do that too. And like, but I just don't have the patience for it. And also like, it's like another skill set.
Well, it's another habit you have to learn.
And it's just like, dude, like, so
why can't I just download it?
So the whole time, right? The whole time I was like, with the divorce or whatever, and like I'm researching, like searching like myself again, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, what the fuck do I want to do? Like, do I want to draw? Do blah blah blah? And I've been like not accepting music. Like I love music. I decently good at making music. I can say that, and it's just like it's almost like I wanted to like. This is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing something else. Like, I'm supposed to be doing something that some way, somehow, I would figure out how to monetize because it's more tangible. Music is not tangible. It's intangible, and it's like there's really no product that I can put out, right? And then just recently, I just kind of accepted it. I was like, no, like this is what I do. This is the only thing really for myself that brings me joy and fulfillment. Even if I don't fucking make any money of it or whatever, it is what it is, right?
It's like the same thing we were talking about before where you feel guilty for watching a movie, or if you feel guilty for like playing an hour of video games.
Yeah.
If you just allow yourself to enjoy it, you can be present.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, like with your music, is that if you just accept it for what it is, you're able to enjoy it. You're able to be present.
And from day one, since being a kid, that's been the love, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like somehow along the way, I lost it. I mean, I was touring. I was doing a bunch of shit. I was really involved in it. And then I don't know what happened. It was just like I got older. Mm-hmm. The outside validation disappeared. Like, you know what I mean? And
also validation hits different as you get older.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you're releasing something or if you're doing something, you almost like, as long as I like it, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like I want people to like it, sure. But like if they do, dope. If they don't, then it's not for you.
Yeah. And I got jaded from it because I was so used to the outside validation. What the fuck? Cancel. Are we still recording? Okay. Outside validation that, like when I was playing bands, like people showed up, people cheered, people listened to music, people like did everything that you're supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. And then it became, and then you got older and it's like, oh, I'm not signed. Or you get older and you're like, oh, people stop showing up to your shows. Yeah. And you got older, you're like,
because all those people,
they have real
kids
jobs,
and they had jobs,
kids, they have real jobs now. And then you're like, oh, I'm a fucking loser. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you forgot why you love it in the first place. Mm-hmm. And then it became work. It became like, okay,
that work, that if you, I don't know, I feel like if you put it in that category, you'll always be chasing something. Right. But if you're just making something because you think, you know what I mean? Right. Like, you're like, oh, I've got 2 hours. I'm going to make a dumb thing. And then you make a dumb thing. And like, you find that people are like, yo, that's cool.
Right.
Like that, you know, you just goofing off, being in your element,
just enjoying the process, and enjoying making
you're like,
music.
I'm gonna put a little, you know what I mean? Like, and then you're like, oh shit, and then more people are like, oh shit.
Yeah, when I've been writing stuff lately, I just kind of like, I'm not trying to sound a certain way. I can get influenced or inspired by a certain song or whatever.
I firmly believe that if you do you long enough, someone will fuck with it.
Yeah. I mean, you heard this. I kind of showed you the song
he played some cool stuff, and I've been really enjoying his thought process. So like I was like, all right, play me what you were watching when you wrote this, so I can see where your brain made the connection.
Yeah. And man, we went past the. We gotta play something else.
Yeah. Oh shit. I saw a naked cat, naked rat cat.
I mean, they were all naked.
Well, technically, yeah, but they had no fur.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Whoa.
Okay, we got 15 minutes.
Cute animals when you're stressed.
Oh, commercial, of course, commercial.
Mattress Firm.
Don't go to Mattress Firm.
Nobody's paying for that.
Oh, it's one of those. Fucking
anyway, on that note, we'll go ahead and end it.
Yeah. So
fucking ferrets.
Anyway,
they smell weird.
I've enjoyed this, and I feel like when we do come back, it's so easy to just have a conversation with you. Yeah. And well, it's been easy before, but when you put microphones and a camera, and most people would just like kind of tense up. But I think you're used to it. I'm definitely used to it from just doing it over and over again. It just makes sense. Anyway, so I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate for you being here.
That was so great.
I'm gonna name this episode. I appreciate you.
I appreciate.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Anyway, have a good night. Have a good day. Peace.
Appreciate your homies.